Now, Melbourne City Council has moved a step closer to ditching Australia Day after it passed a motion to review celebrations. So joining us live now is the Lord Mayor of Melbourne, Capp. Sally, good morning to you. Thanks for your time this morning. So a bit more, what happened last night?
Good morning, Peter. Last night we agreed to undertake a consultation process to understand the views of our community and traditional owners on how we should approach 26 January.
And how would you like to do that?
Do the consultation, Peter?
So how do you envisage January 26 being if it's reviewed and if it's changed? Is it just a nothing day?
Okay. Yeah. Well, look, firstly, it is up to the Commonwealth Government sets the day, so that's not something that we can change or that is under consideration. It's up to the state government. They run the parade and the fireworks, so again, that is outside our bailiwick. But there are things that we do, citizenship ceremonies. We attend and support the day of morning dawn service. We support the Share the Spirit festival in the afternoon, showcasing Indigenous talent. And many of these activities have really organically become part of our program on the day.
Right.
And what we're seeking to understand is what do our constituents and our traditional owners feel about 26 January and the things that we can be doing on that day to build more unity.
So basically there's only a couple of minor changes. The citizenship ceremonies is basically it if the state government or the federal government don't make changes.
That's right, Peter, and there are things that we could add into our program or things that we could stop doing. There are suggestions that we can make, but it's such an important debate. It has been divisive. It's very sensitive. I think it's really important that as a local government we're involved in that debate and we really understand the views of our constituents.
I suppose many people in your community might think that move is divisive, though, shifting the January 26th date.
Absolutely, and I've had a lot of that feedback since we started talking about this from last week, and I understand completely. There are so many people that feel strongly about Australia Day being on the 26th of January. There are lots of polls that do show that sentiment is changing, Peter, and we are also committed to our reconciliation work here at the City of Melbourne and really understanding how we can respect and celebrate our ancient Indigenous culture in the City of Melbourne. So there's such a diversity of views and a range of things that we could do, and the idea of this process is to bring them all together so we can make some really proactive decisions.
Okay, so back to your remit there. So if it's kiboshed by the feds or if it's kiboshed by the state and other councils can proceed, what will you do then? Will you go it alone?
Yeah, well, it's a really interesting question because we've got a new federal government and I think that sets a new context. They've already signalled very strongly that they want to show leadership around our traditional custodians and the work that we can do around reconciliation. We know that at a state level we have a state government and a state opposition really committed to treaty. And we are seeing, as I said, a real shift in sentiment. We know from work we've previously done here in the City of Melbourne, we've got locals who feel really strongly about better ways that we can reflect and respect that Indigenous culture. And so I think all of this is coming together for us to actually say as a council, we want to really look at the detail, we want to be proactive in how we make decisions, and we really want to own what we're doing to celebrate being Australian and how we go about it.
So potentially what year would you be looking at where potentially a change could happen?
Yeah, so we're looking at decisions in September that will run from 23 onwards. So really this is looking ahead at next Australia Day. And I think it's a really important and it'll be an interesting debate, Peter.
We shall see. Sally, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.